Good day, everybody, and thank you for joining me. My name is Helena Tegerera Kangalange, a master student at the International University of Management 2025. Now, here, feminist theory in educational leadership, challenging masculinist norms, and addressing the boy-child crisis in Namibia. For introduction, we are going to explore three main ideas. These are, number one, what feminist truly is. This is kind of the definition of feminist. We need to understand it so that we will be able to understand the whole presentation. Number two, how feminist theory applies to education and leadership, especially in comparison to masculinist approaches. And then I will connect this theory to Namibia's own education system, particularly the emerging crisis around the boy child in Namibia. What is feminism? We need to answer this question. Let us begin with a clear understanding of feminism. At its core, feminism is about equality. Feminism is not about elevating women above men. It actually dismantles structures that limit people based on their gender and ask critical questions about access and representation. Blackmore described the feminist or feminism as a leadership style that involves emotional intelligence and relational accountability over rigid authority. If you look at the picture here, the picture is showing a man and a woman doing hard work. So, irrespective of who, they are all able. Feminist theory in education. Let us look at this. In education, feminist theory helps us to see who holds power and whose knowledge is valued. This is pushing us to build inclusive schools whereby every child, or so to say, every learner can thrive very well. Before we look at masculinist leadership, we need to understand that when feminist is applied to educational leadership, feminist itself offer a powerful critique of traditional leadership model. However, historically, leadership models are shaped by masculinist value like hierarchy, competition, and control. However, in Namibia, men still dominate leadership role in education. We need to look at, let's look at this picture for example. How many males are in leadership position in Namibia? We need to look at that one. The picture we see here is also for a woman in power. So, feminist leadership approach. Feminist leadership, we can say it flips the script because it reverses the situation. It values collaboration and emotional intelligence and shared power. These are all qualities that make leadership more responsive and democracy. We may say that feminist leadership challenges the control and command style of a masculine leadership style. Now, we need to look at Namibia's boy-child crisis. Let us bring the situation home. Let us focus to Namibia as a country. While feminist advocacy have pushed very well girls and women in terms of education and women empowerment, a new challenge is surfacing. When we speak of a new challenge surfacing, we talk about the marginalized of a boy child. Boys are dropping out at high rate. They are underperforming in school, and they are engaging in risky behavior. This is telling us more. Let's look at primary school. When you look at the top 5 per class, most of the learners performing very well are girl children. So boys are not doing much well. They need to be motivated, however. And then we look at tertiary education. How many boy children reach there at tertiary education? And then when we spoke of a boy child engaging in risky behavior, let us look at the number of male people in prison to compare with women. These are all reactions of rigid masculine norms that, are made to believe that a boy child should not seek for help whenever they need it. Feminist theory and the boy child. Let's look at this. Feminist theory does not only help a girl child, it helps boys too by challenging toxic masculine, and then schools now can become spaces where boy children are expressing emotion freely and with confidence, and then they can also learn cooperatively, we may say that. Now, how do we shift leadership? How do we shift leadership in Namibia? We need to look at that. As we can see, we may definitely not have a balance, but we can see women and men in position. So if we want to shift leadership, we need to start with leadership training that tackle bias. We need to reform the curriculum, and then we need to adopt policies that promote inclusive leadership. We need to give ample opportunity or equal opportunity to everybody, irrespective of their gender. This will help everybody to understand when it comes to capability, potential, and presentation of knowledge and skill that is required. In conclusion, feminists expand opportunity. We need to say, for example, to clarify more on this, we need to say feminist is about expanding opportunity. It is about transforming harmful norms, and then feminist is about creating an education system which is grounded on equity, care, and shared power. Reference. This is a list of books that I have consulted during the development of this presentation. Thank you very much, and a good day ahead.